Hey, I'm Scott Cole from whentobuyandSellStocks.com, and just wanted to give my weekly market commentary for the week beginning January 9th, 2012, heading into that week. We just came out of a week where we had some gains, but the volatility was very low, and the market is being pulled and pushed and pulled by opposing forces, namely the U.S. economy versus the European financial system issues they got going on there. Here's a chart of the VIX dating back not quite a year, and you can see how we had this huge amount of volatility in August, and that was associated with a big down leg in the stock market here in the U.S. And then we had quite a bit of sideways shoppiness going on. The market started to settle down in October, and actually kind of bottomed out there in September, October, early October. Gradually started to get itself together, and in December things really started to look a lot better, and as that has occurred, the volatility has continued to decline. So as I bring up the S&P 500, you can see we broke a long-term trend line dating back, well, not long-term, but intermediate term, dating back to July, and we're now sitting above that trend line, getting ready to test an important level here at about 1293. We closed at 1278 in the S&P, so I suspect we're going to break out above 1293 and then 1300 in pretty short order, as long as we don't get any real craziness or geopolitical issues going on. But the U.S. economy seems to be the slightly more dominant force driving the stock market right now. In fact, it has decoupled from the movement in the dollar versus the euro. The euro has been tanking, and normally it had been, going back the last couple years, when the euro was weak, the stock market was really strong. That's not the case right now. The dollar has been rallying hard against the euro, and the stock market has continued to move higher in spite of that. It hasn't been a blowout move to the upside, but there has been strength. So we had a calm week this past week after a big up first day of the year, trading day of the year. Kind of went sideways after that. Looks to me like it's pausing for a little bit before it gets ready to test that 1300 level. So let's have a look at some of the other major averages. Let's start with the Dow. As you can see, the Dow formation is actually even more bullish. It looks like the Dow is going to test its bull move upside dating back to May sooner than any of the other averages. The Nasdaq is not quite as strong. It's being held back by some tech names. Nasdaq 100 has been in a volatile, choppy, sideways up and down pattern for quite some time, as you can see on that longer term chart. Dow Transports, similar to the Dow and the S&P 500. Russell 2000, still much further below its peak values than the Dow and the S&P. So this suggests that most of the strength is in the big multinational stocks, and maybe some financials, and that's pretty much what's leading the market. So we're going to need to see some of these small stocks really get moving to really turn this market into a really super bullish kind of a market. Nonetheless, what we are seeing is a market that seems to be in a more bullish positive phase. So we are looking at some stocks that are high flyers, and we're looking for opportunities for those stocks to move higher and at a lower risk to ourselves. So here's an example. Spectrum Pharmaceuticals. It's a biotech stock, and this is not a recommendation by any means, but this is just a high-flying stock that has traded sideways for the last month or so, and that's the kind of situation that would present for us an opportunity to get in at a lower risk into a stock that's clearly trending to the upside. And that's pretty much what we tend to look for. Here's another example of a stock that had a similar situation back in late October, November. Established uptrend, traded sideways for a bit, and then started to move upward, and might be giving us another opportunity here shortly. So these are the kind of stocks that we like to look at whentobuyandSellStocks.com. And for more great information on trading in the stock market, come and visit us soon, and we'll hopefully provide you some more great information there.